Excellency will be taking his actions.
Outstanding, and we will defend our collective dignity against any form of denigration and oppression at all times. In conclusion, my leaders, your majesties, elders and youths of the Ijaw ethnic nationality, while we recognize the challenges ahead, we should remain committed to addressing them with wisdom, focus, and strategic engagement. Our primary goal remains the protection of our people's interests while fostering regional stability and peace within our region. Together, let us remain united and be vigilant and dedicated to securing a better future for the Ijaw nation. Once again, I welcome you all to this summit, and may the spirit and the undying spirit of Ijaw ethnic nationality lead us through this summit. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. That has been His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Doye Duri, the Miracle People's Governor of Bayelsa State, and of course the Governor General of the Ijaw Nation. Shall we please once again put our hands together for him? May I at this point, with humility, invite a lady whose voice represents the Ijaw nation in so many ways. There's a voice that when she speaks, Nigerians and indeed the rest of the world listens to. She has for the Ijaw people. It is therefore with utmost respect that I now invite to speak to us on the topic, the state of the Ijaw nation, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. No other person than our sister, our mother. Let's please welcome at this point to the microphone, Anne Q. Briggs. Please, a round of applause for her, please.
It's not a love song. Asawana, Asawana, Abagua. We have answered. Kalabariye, Kalabariye, Kabana, Tony anymore. I'm very humbled, very happy to be your daughter, to be an Ijaw daughter. Everybody has a story in Ijaw land. I always ask myself, why was I born outside of Ijaw nation by an Ijaw father and a British mother? And why then was I relocated to the creeks and the kingdom of Calabar at the age of 4? I realize now that it's because of all of us, and I'm proud to be an Ijaw daughter. I've been given a topic that even the president and our governor has touched elaborately on. I forgot. May I please stand on the elaborate protocol that our governor has set. I want to very quickly and briefly share with you what I have penned down. Ijaw nation, our survival is not about anyone else but Ijaw people. Before us, that is yesterday, before us, our forefathers fought for our rights, our pride as a people. Our forefathers, such as King Koko of Nende, King Jaja of Opopo, and so many, fought against the colonial British Empire for us and our descendants. All the people seated here today, these forefathers fought for you. They saw what we are going through today. It is therefore our responsibility to safeguard and improve on what we hold in our custody. We do them a great disfavor if we don't do better than them. Our descendants have a right to be ashamed of us if we fail. Before I go further, I owe every Ijaw. I thank you. The people of Rivers State, thank you. We recognize what you have done for us. And anytime the survival of Rivers Ijaw people are mentioned, you will always be mentioned. Thank you very much. Ijaw Nation Congress is the only body that is set up to speak for Ijaw people in every place that Ijaw people are found. Any other political bodies that have been set up, especially in Rivers State, is speaking for themselves as Ijaw people. Say we are Ijaws. We will not beg to be Nigerians because we are Ijaws. We were in our creeks, mangroves, swamps, and lands when the British, my mother's people, and others came with their greed, corruption, and oppression to us. Nobody can discover a people that already exists in their land before you came. Therefore, Ijaw people were not found. We are Ijaws. We have always been Ijaws, and we will continue to remain Ijaws. We have never been lost, so nobody can find us. Our heroes and heroines past did not die in vain for us to become slaves in a country and in a continent carved up by strangers. Adakaboro, Onaro, Nottingham Day knew in 1966 when they took on the federal government of Nigeria that it was their responsibility to take the risk they took by declaring Ijaw Nation freedom. I believe they set an example with the conviction that the ones behind them then will continue and will free our people. Chief Harold Gababrie and all other heroes after Boro played their honor that is due him by the Ijaw nation. May patriarch's soul rest in peace. In the politics of Nigeria, since independence, we have been used by others to achieve their political supremacy. I ask myself, are we weak, shy, ignorant of who we are? By dishonoring their sacrifices and honoring people who look down on us, we dishonor ourselves. I want to call on our politicians who have let us down. Today, joy is gathered at a very critical moment in our history. Our governor is here. My sister Maki Bikake is here. There are some others that are representing us in Abuja, and I ask, where are they? Those are the ones that let us down. I boldly say this because it is true. When politicians and appointees get to any position, they, in our view, in my view, forget they are Ijaws and become apologetic of their Ijawness. If you are apologetic of your Ijawness, please tell me who you are. It was not far from this Ijaw warrior that Ijaw Bayelsa intimidate, wound their brothers and sisters, wives and mothers and fathers, of which I was one. We were not up to 50 in number on the 14th of February 1917 at Tombia roundabout. Our crime, we said no to ceding Bayelsa farms to Fulani headsmen. Today, Bayelsa can't farm on the small land we call ours. When politicians make mistakes, they should be big enough to admit that they have made mistakes. No politician can be bigger than the people they claim voted for them. Politicians are supposed to stand up for our rights, which includes ownership of our resources. For 30 years, there are a people who refuse to allow Shell and federal government touch their resources, yet they are still existing. Why must it be that Ijaw land must continue to be destroyed, looted, and raped because of the interests of other people? It's only Ijaws that can answer that question. What Ijaws of Rivers State are going through in Rivers State is just like what President Jonathan went through. The opposition was not because he was not good enough. He is the best president that we have, Nigeria has till today. The opposition was not because John in diaspora's plan. I am a member of Convenes in Rivers State and at national level, and was honored to be a delegate to meet President Tinubu, as at the time, it is in my opinion that the intrigues to start the process to suspend Governor Fubara was already concluded. Days after the suspension of Rivers State Governor, Deputy Governor, we continue to call on President Tinubu that he should rethink the suspension, as there was no crisis in Rivers State to warrant the suspension of the governor and deputy governor of Rivers State. Hate speech is an offense worldwide. Hate speech by anyone, even by judge, is a crime. This is why I suggest that moving forward, our people should stop with the empty ultimatums that demystify us, make us sound like empty drums, and belittle us. We have only 2 governors in our region, where we are in 6 states. In Rivers State, we are in 12 local government areas. In Niger Delta, we are the largest ethnic nationality, and yet we are told we are minority of minorities. What are we sorry? Hate speech, in simple terms, is a language or communication that attacks or discriminates against someone or group based on their identity, like race, religion, ethnicity, gender, or disability. Intent of hate speech is often to insult, to offend, or intimidate a person or group. It is also and can lead to discrimination, prejudice, even violence, and it undermines social inclusion and human rights. Rivers State Ijaw in the past 24 years have been bullied and denied our right to participate at the highest level of politics. And I must add, we are partly responsible as our leaders took the route of live and let live and unity of Rivers State. If we were greedy, we would have kept the seat of governor, as PDP was brought to the Niger Delta by our late leaders like Alabo Graham Douglas, late Marshal Harry, who was assassinated on March the 5th in his home in Abuja in 2003. Chief Amina Suare Dikibo, Vice Chairman of the South PDP, was assassinated on October the 22nd, 2004 by gunmen who ambushed him along Asaba Road while he was on his way from Port Harcourt to Asaba for a PDP party meeting. Ijaws has sacrificed me and never responded to me. It was during this time that the then Governor Wike in a church invoked thunder to fire Ijaw Nation through the INC and IYC positions over the arrest of Honorable Farah Dabogo. On the 17th of March 2027, the FCT minister, during his state rage against Ijaw Nation, continued to insult Ijaw from Abuja to Kalabari Kingdom to Abalama, asking us what can we do, who are we, asking what is Asabana. And yet, I recall a time when the then president of IYC on Boros Day, and I went along with them, where he happily and proudly, maybe he pretended, allowed the president to drape him in the just land. And yet, I'm for shouting at Savannah and giving it our support, the just support. Despite the fact that Calabar Song, Okrika Song, all the just songs in Rivers State wanted to be the governor, and yet he became the governor and we supported him. He was draped with the just flag, and yet today he is asking, who are Ijaw people? What is Asabana? Asabana will tell him who he is. While Ijaw, with our God-given resources, cannot survive without their resources, and they know themselves. They cannot survive without the resources that come from our creeks, our mangroves, our swamps, and our land. At this time again, I will call for the consideration of a moratorium on all our resources in our land to Bayelsa. And when they are sharing Bayelsa's resources to local government, Bayelsa is getting only 8 local government resources, and Ghana, that does not produce anything that we share, is getting 44% of what Bayelsa produces. Where is the justice in that? And how does that justify our desire to continue to give our resources to people who don't appreciate the sacrifices that we have made? Today and moving forward into tomorrow, we must, without any fear of any one person or group of persons, stand up, joining our hands and our hearts as proud Ijaw people, and in one voice, we say again and again, if we are not good enough for Nigeria, then our resources cannot and will not be good enough for Nigeria.
Yes. you very much. That's the address on the state of the Ijaw nation yesterday, today, and tomorrow by a woman who is soft-spoken but resolute, and her voice continues to ring like that in the desert. Miss Ann Kilbriggs, please put your hands together for her again. She's a shining example that the size of the body does not determine the strength of character and the resolution of the heart. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your Excellencies, Your Royal Majesties and Highnesses, before we move to the general comments, contributions and questions from all categories of invitees, permit me to recognize the parent of the Ogbonobiri main kingdom, His Royal Majesty Jumbo Polokowe. Also here is His Royal Majesty Oboro Baran II Aketepe Agadagba, the parent and paramount ruler of Maramatu Kingdom Delta State. Also here is His Royal Majesty Oboro Kanara Sikomo, one mighty diamond, your ruler of Tutoro Kingdom of Ondo State. His Royal Majesty, Godwin. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have the general comments, contributions, questions from all categories and varieties. And before this program will formally come to a close, there will be a presentation of communique and press conference. But then His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, has a busy schedule. So while the program continues, His Excellency will be leaving to attend to other state matters while we proceed with the Emergency Stakeholders Congress. On this note, His Excellency will be taking his exits. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. DJ, can you give us a brief musical interlude as His Excellency will be taking his exit?
Greeting the kings. You're coming to Wood. The mafia. You present to him, don't worry. You present to him. You have what you have. You guys should hold on. Dari, you go like this, take after that.